Okay. Last time you guys continued with your preparations, and then you guys felt a minor earthquake, and it turned out to be a million tsunamis going on at once. And then you discovered it was because an old one was rising from the middle of the sea. And then you sent a bunch more messages to storm giants Theo, Jonah, Teagan, yada yada yada. And then you did a scry.
Yada yada yada.
And then you did a scry, and it was just look, it's Netosa with a million other undead with him. Great. You sent Lyris to go like scope him out at a distance. You did detect thoughts on him, on Netosa, and you're like, all right, the other old one, Agu told them like, oh, Valido's weak. You should go there and eat people. Lyris estimated, given his size and what he's experienced before, you guys got about 5 days until he hits Leona. Is there anything you want to do? Is there like a place you want to go to? I know there is I think there's the 3-point nexus area in Leona. That's the closest that would suffice for your Sad Rocks plan. If you're still doing your Sad Rocks plan. Oh yeah, you guys also want to see the queen and tell her, hey, you shouldn't gather all the refugees here in one place. Because they'll probably get eaten if they're all here in one place.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, how many days are we thinking we have? You said 5.
You think you have 5, but could be less.
Obviously,
could be
it's
more.
a guess.
It's a huge guess at this point, and he did make it a point to say so. Right, Leomar? They have 5 days. Yep. He says you. Yep, that's right. Sorry, he was a bad boy today, so he's a little mopey.
So he doesn't get to hang out with Dad. He has to hang out with you.
He instigated a altercation with French Fry, and he was kind of vicious about it. So we had to separate them.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know what his problem was today. And if you hear laughing in the background, that's Brandon. He's watching Lower Decks.
Okie doke.
Mm-hmm. What were you about to say, Lynn?
So, because this was around the end of the night, did we have somebody going to go scout over this thing?
You asked Lyris too.
Well, and Hilda scried.
Yep.
I literally after that, I literally went and told my husband, I was like, our DM just delivered the most insane monologue of all time. Like, it was crazy.
Thank you for.
I was like, I'm literally worried. I was literally worried. So, have we narrowed down the spot that we want to do this yet? Because we had a couple suggestions, and I don't remember if we landed on one.
So from what I remember, basically we're gathering allies in Valido and getting as many refugees fucking out of there. You know,
were we gonna try to go like between Valido and the coast, try to get it before it gets to the city? Was that our? I think that's maybe where we landed.
I kept suggesting going to the coast or something like that to sort of meet the threat before it.
Yeah, I feel like we don't want it
kept getting turned down because, and then.
Yeah, well, we had different ideas on where we want to try to get it to go. So now that we know that it's being basically forced to go to Valido, not forced, but strongly suggested, and that it enjoys the malice of this person, and so it's like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I really think that we should try to between scrying, if we need to scry again, maybe nearer to landfall, we could try once more just to double check. But or through Lyris or anything else, I think we should try to basically catch it on the coast. Maybe not in the water, but like between landfall and the city. Like, I don't think we should try to fight it on the outside of Valido, because that's just going to make fuck tons of property damage.
Yeah, and plus it has to go over land to get to Valido, and
Yeah.
who knows what else it's going to destroy on the way. But Valido does have the best defensive. I think that is the other.
I mean, the
sort
trouble
of-
with the defenses is like their defenses against much smaller things.
Yeah.
One thing we could
Sure.
do is we could keep in mind that we could, in theory, fall back to Valido if needed. So
That's
that would
true.
give us a fallback point, which is always good to have, because this thing is possibly going to toss out some shit we're not prepared for. Almost definitely it will. So okay, so we have our people coming. Why am I not able to find Valido on this map? Am I just missing it?
It's basically it's almost in the center of Leona.
Oh, it's further north than I realized. So yeah, I think that Port Cyan. Oh god, I think Port Cyan is gonna be our best. I mean, this is
meeting it wherever it's aimed to make landfall.
Because, like, I mean, right there, that's probably where, if you were big, because one thing to keep in mind, a lot of times ports are ports because they are deep. So it might be easy physically for something this size to come up on a port because it might not be cliffs and shit. So a port is already going to be probably something that it would prefer, maybe. But also, I mean, there's going to be people there because it was a city, and it's not that much of a shot from there to Valido. I think that we could probably, if we were to make Stad Rocks somewhere, honestly, maybe between Port Cyan and Wingfall, somewhere in there. What do you guys think?
We need to also remember that the coastline that we have on the maps is probably not the coastline available to us at this time.
That's a good point.
So I think maybe closer to Wingfall, but do we have enough allies who could spread out along the new coastline, basically, of Leona, who have sending, who can basically send up a signal flare once it's sighted, and then converge.
I mean, sending is a pretty low-level spell. I would assume that we could do that there. DM?
Yeah, you probably could do that.
Between sending stones and, like, clerics and wizards and whatnot that would have some sending capabilities. Especially, one thing we could do is keep in mind, we're going to try to assist refugees where we can. We could even kind of like send some people out with the request of like, hey, help the refugees in this area, get the fuck away from the coast, but like, if you see this thing, let us know.
Oh, I'm talking like dedicated scouts. They're just there to
I feel like dedicated scouts might be slightly harder to do, just because right now there's going to be a lot of people trying to help with everything.
It might make sense to have like one or two in the most likely locations, but we probably have to rely on, like you said, people that are doing evacuations.
I feel like this thing is pretty massive, and so it's probably not going to change course rapidly.
No,
just out of nowhere.
It shouldn't. But we also don't know.
True.
Also, it probably just doesn't give a fuck. It is probably just beeline. Yeah.
what we could do actually is, what if we were to, what if Rain were to reach out to Iskin and see if Leo could tap his druid circle, because druids are often able to do sending if they're high enough level, and they could possibly be doing scouting in wild shape, which would give them either further vision, or like if they were flying, like it would give them an area they could look at. So if we were to tap them for scouting, they could maybe do really well.
I think that's a good idea.
This is an all-hand situation.
And that's not super dangerous. I mean, it's not dangerous, but we could specifically say like, hey, if you see something, dear God, don't try to fight it. Just let us know.
Yeah, don't even get close to it. Don't
Just
fly
existing
over
is
it.
dangerous at this point.
Yeah,
You see a
basically.
large city-sized blob moving. If yes, that's all we need is for them to spot a moving city. So they should not be getting close to it at all.
I think that if everyone's cool with it, we should tap them. See if Rain could get a hold of Iskin, or we could just reach out to Leo directly, if you guys want to.
I mean, now's the time.
Yeah. Makes sense to me. I would just reach out to Leo directly.
Okay. Are you sending him a
Well, when I say me, I mean someone that has sending.
Valid. Could Zaitari, have we rested since last session?
Would you like to try to rest?
Well, I'm asking because I couldn't remember if we ended on us doing something specific. I know we went to the castle, and I kind of didn't remember if we did anything after that.
I don't think you guys did anything after.
You mean the fight with the giants and all that? Is that what you're talking about? No.
What?
Oh, you said the castle. You said, wait.
Isn't the queen in a castle?
You went to see
Queen
Queen Victoria.
Well, I'm at full health and I don't have anything used unless we. No, I don't think we'd use anything.
Derek,
A lot of
confirm
sending
at the end
spells,
of last
basically.
Yeah,
session
sendings. Well, I mean, yeah, that's not an issue for.
we were getting a guaranteed, for sure, long rest.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
yeah, then you have that.
That doesn't sound like me.
So we have had a long rest.
Yes.
So Zaitari is able to cast sending again.
and
Mel
so is
will...
Isadora.
Okay.
Our sending bot.
Mel will go to find I'm assuming that we'll all kind of like group up in the morning and try to like have like a war room breakfast. Mel will suggest I think that what we could do if we want some eyes on the field is to reach out to Leo and see if he and his druid circle are able to do some scouting for us. Usually druids are possibly capable of sending, capable of flying about, scouting in various bird forms. They could maybe keep an eye for us and then let us know if they saw it getting close to land.
In the meantime, can we reach out to the monks and the folks down south in Calta to see if any of the dragons are able to help mitigate tsunami damage as it's continuing?
Yeah, you can talk to him about that. All right. So Isadora, I assume a couple other people are helping with sendings as well. So you want to talk to Leo. You want him to scout, or?
Well, I'm assuming he's part of like a druid circle, right?
He's part of the
most
treasure.
druids are part of a circle.
He's part of the treasure hunters.
Oh.
Not all
Well-
druids know each other, Lynn.
Well, a lot, guys. It's literally druids are part of circles. All right. I mean, come on. It's in the character description.
I mean, he's Circle of the Moon, but he's always been with his brothers, who are just a bunch of barbarians, literally,
Oh.
and treasure hunters.
Well, you know what? He learned his druid something from somewhere.
Well, in the wilds where he was exiled.
Damn.
Yeah.
We haven't really discussed his backstory too
Yeah.
much.
Also, I didn't realize his brothers were barbarians. I thought his brothers were just really manly druids. Yeah.
No, isn't Leo a Goliath?
He is
Oh,
a
yeah,
Goliath.
yeah.
His brothers are
I knew they were Goliaths.
Okay.
I just thought that they were all just big, like, frat boy druids. I don't know why I thought that. But in my defense, I don't think we've ever seen any of them in combat. So, I mean, well, you know what? Hey, treasure hunters they've got resources. We can reach out to Leo, see if he has any druid contacts, or has any treasure hunter contacts, or we could just reach out to the treasure hunters. I don't know what you guys want to do. My plan kind of went.
Can I ask kind of what I missed while I was...
Oh, Lynn thought she was being really smart and thought that she would have Leo reach out to his druid circle and see if they would like do some scouting for us. But apparently he doesn't have a druid circle. He's just got bro brothers.
I got
So-
that part
Oh. I don't.
before that happened.
I don't know if you missed anything else.
We're gonna
I
start
must have-
sending sendings.
Okay.
Trying to get druid scouts, and then we're also gonna reach out to the Incultans to see if their dragons can help mitigate
Right.
tsunami damage. That's about it.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
I will go back to my lasagna now.
So with Leo, you find out that the treasure hunters currently are they're in emergency mode.
Sure.
So they've been like it's only been a day, so but they've been trying to help their own countries. Like each one is kind of has its own cell. So
Oh,
they've been
quick- Quick question
yes.
for you. Did the tsunamis ever stop?
They're going.
Cool. Okay.
Except they're affecting the east more than the west.
Yeah, okay.
There's if you really concentrate on it, you still feel like slight tremors.
Yeah, I'm sure. So, sorry, the Eastern continent is what you're trying to say? They're affecting the Eastern continent more than the West?
Mhm.
Okay. But the western side of the Eastern continent. Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Beast. Okay, so he says that the treasure hunters are in emergency mode trying to help their own countries.
Currently, as you know, as being part of treasure hunters, typically treasure hunters act within their own country. It is a state of emergency currently, so they could be directed to go somewhere else. But that would also mean it would also take time for them to contact each other, which who knows what they're doing right now.
Also, as much as we need assistance, I don't want to risk too many civilian lives by tapping people that are trying to help civilians. Yeah, I'll just let him know. I'll ask that Isadora let her know if he thinks of anybody who would want to or be able to help with scouting for us, to please have them contact ourselves or Isadora.
Okay. Will do. As with the with the dragons, they're already getting ready to head in your direction. It sounds like.
And we already sent a message to the storm giants, right?
Yes, you sent it last session.
Okay, perfect. Are there any other allies we haven't reached out to yet?
Not that I can think of.
Real quick deviation. DM, can I? This is something Tilda would have thought of that Ro didn't think of last session. Can we say that after sending a message to Theo, she would have also sent messages to her parents individually and Rosamund as well.
Okay.
Basically asking, "Are you okay?" You know, and like the general gist is, "Are you okay? Please get away from the western shore if you are anywhere near it. I love you." Basically, yeah.
Okay. You get several responses back. Your father was at the castle when all this happened. He tells you that
The castle in Valido or the sorry, I'm just
the Galantra estate.
okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
he was there. He was there when this all happened. He sends you his love, and
Okay.
he wishes you to be as careful as possible as well. Your mother at the time was at the Allard estate.
Oh God.
Closer to the shore, but not at the shore itself.
Mm.
So she is on her way with a small battalion back to the Galantra estate right now.
Okay.
Rosamund, it takes like a minute for you to get a response from Rosamund. And she says, currently in Valido, about to head home, soon. Can update you when that happens. You have all my love. Please stay safe.
All right.
Please don't die.
She just gets back. I'll try not to, darling. And then I would like to say, Tilda sleeps fitfully. So that in the morning, like I said, looks like she hasn't slept a wink. She still looks impeccably put together. It's just that's all prestidigitation. If you look at her eyes, there's like deep dark circles beneath them. And when asked if there's any allies, Tilda sort of any other allies, Tilda I mean, there's the Galantra Duchy, there's the Loyola Duchy. I don't know what we could possibly do other than take in refugees, but
Honestly, taking refugees and trying to get them out of harm's way is possibly the best thing for them to do.
agreed. I believe we were also debating using some divine intervention. to bring the ley line intersection closer to wherever we are fighting Netosa.
That was the plan.
Yeah. So we need Grim. So
I'm assuming that they'll all be here for this, right?
That's what the message. I assumed you. I think you had some messages to them as well, and you hadn't heard from yesterday. Well, you know they were across the they were in the other continent, but they currently were headed your way when they received that message.
Okay. And it sounds like Grim will be here.
Is there anything else anybody wants to do besides pretty much steal themselves for the upcoming battle?
Gotta finish this damn book.
Yeah, you're reading this book.
And I'm putting spells and putting stuff into my spell book.
Nothing that Train can do. Make sure all their equipment's in order.
Yep.
All right. So the morning passes without incident other than multiple tsunamis hitting your coastline.
Or
repeatedly.
You're by the end of this, you're probably not gonna have much of a coastline where it's marked on the map anymore.
Love that we gave you a map.
So what you're saying is
it only took a year to destroy the map that we got commissioned.
Hold on, Leora, don't eat that.
We're not getting you another one, Darren.
You get a sending from Latin. She is the wizard.
Who's getting this?
Zaitari, you are.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah.
I've already been traumatized enough today. Why not add more on?
Technically, that was yesterday.
That was yesterday.
Sure.
Technically yesterday.
Yeah.
We've all been traumatized. And what did you call me?
You didn't feel the deaths of thousands of people rock through your mind.
No. But you did just say add more on. So that was, what'd you call me? Moron?
Oh.
Okay.
I missed that one. Oof.
Yeah, so did I.
You get a frantic message from Latin Zaitari.
Okay.
Arrived in Valido. Teleportation circle. Just had to stop someone from blowing it up.
Okay.
That is 14. We'll be at. Where are we going? Where are we meeting? It's about 25.
I think we're all meeting at the keep for now.
No,
Aren't
they're
we?
in the city.
Yeah, but aren't we gonna have them to come to the keep for now, and then we can all go to the coast here shortly?
I don't want to make them waste another.
I was about to say, we're in Valido, they're in
we're
Valido.
in Valido.
They can
what
come
is it,
to the palace.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Oh, we're still at the palace? Okay.
What's the name of the brothel?
Either that or
The
we're
Quivering
at
Hills.
The
Thank
Quivering
you.
Hills, yeah.
I kept thinking Trembling Hills or Trembling Mounds. I'm like, that's not right. So,
but it's close.
yeah.
I think we're either staying at the castle or we're at probably like the Loyalar townhouse in Valido.
I'll tell them to come to the Loyalar townhouse.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it would make more sense to be at the Loyalar townhouse, so we're not quite as underfoot.
All right. All right. So they'll be there soon. And in fact, they get there within the hour, of course, because they were right at the circle of teleportation. Which
Who was trying when they show up? I'm just gonna ask, who was trying to blow up the teleportation circle?
Ishayla was like, it looks like when there was a with some of the refugees, an interloper had snuck into the building and tried to detonate themselves with
Oh, goody! A suicide bomber.
a lot of enchanted black powder. Fortunately, we were there to stop it, and there are more guards there now, but
Which means there's less guards somewhere else.
yeah.
Yep.
So it goes.
I mean, we can only
world
stop so many
is-
crimes.
the world is on the precipice. There's only
We
so
need to
much
make sure
we
we're
can do.
protecting the things that need to make sure the world continue.
And Grim will say, there was recently a report after I had come through the circle of teleportation with my group, that something similar was happening in Nortec. So I think they're trying to hit all the circles of teleportation outside the cities now. We sent messages to where we could.
Cultists.
We need to move quickly.
We need to
Yep.
we need to move fast as the Shayla. All right. So we have Sad Rock's plan. We're here. I'm sure you've contacted your allies as well.
Oh yes.
Tilda, do you
Yeah.
have any noble friends or, I don't know, close acquaintances that would have manor houses or townhouses near Port Cyan?
I
Port Cyan.
imagine.
Or even somebody you really just don't like,
Oh,
in case
Jesus
the house
Christ!
gets really
Hold
fucked.
on. Oh.
What's happening?
What's going on?
Something I think is happening in Darren's
I'm
house.
assuming cat related.
Yeah, probably. Leomar's probably.
Crimes.
To be fair, the noble houses in Port Cyan are probably fucked.
Yeah, we should
That's
be looking
what I
at
was about to
Wingfall.
say.
I'm-
I was
I'm sorry,
literally
meant,
about to
yeah,
say.
Wingfall. And I even
Hmm.
thought Wingfall in my brain, but I said Port Cyan because it was where we were gonna end up. Oh.
I was going to basically say, I imagine not anymore.
But would you maybe have any acquaintances in Wingfall?
We do know somebody in Wingfall. We know, excuse me, was it the friend of the woman who attacked me for worshipping Arathis? Was it Pip that runs the orphanage?
It's in Wingfall?
That's in Wingfall, yeah.
Oh, I don't really want to use an orphanage as a base of operations. I was hoping we could find somebody who had a manor house that we could talk them into letting us use as a base. Oh.
Yeah, but
I mean, there's
Well,
a
we don't
good,
have to
does
talk
have
them into eminent domain, guys. We have eminent domain at this point. We don't have to ask for
also,
shit.
there's a very good chance Wingfall's already evacuated. We can just
True.
yeah.
pick
We
up
could
the-
probably probably just
or at the very least in the process of.
I guess honestly, they probably have a garrison, which would be better.
Sorry. Lemur.
Because if
Chasing
we
a
were to try
mouse.
to use, what happened?
Lemur has a mouse.
Oh, yeah, that was me. That was me
Like
a
an
couple days
actual
ago.
one?
What a mighty hunter.
It's not dead yet.
Good job, buddy. He's providing for his family.
I think it went back under the fridge.
I mean, okay, that's not
Yeah, I
great
mean-
for anybody, but all right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dimitri
it's good
got
for the mouse.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking that.
Okay, true.
I'm thinking it's Dimitri. I don't actually know who caught them, but Dimitri feels like the
Chief
fiercest
officer?
hunter among my children. So I do believe he got 2 mice.
What did
Though a couple
Dimitri
days
do?
ago, it was they were just fucking with it. So I kind of just threw it out of the house.
Yeah.
My girls got really, really excited, Sabine and Tano, because there's a possum that lives somewhere near us, and it likes to use our fence as a nice way to get between yards. And he kind of like trundles along, you know, doing his little possum thing, like bloop bloop bloop, walking along a fence, and the dogs are just like.
You went so loud, we didn't hear you, Lynn.
I actually hurt myself on that one. That was I did it too loud. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, they lose their shit. That's all. In that case, Wingfall, is it big enough that it would have like a little, like guardhouse or garrison or something? DM.
It does have a teleportation circle.
Wingfall does?
Yeah.
Oh, well then it definitely
orphanage.
has.
In the orphanage.
Oh, okay.
There's also a temple there.
There's
right?
a temple of Melora there, yes.
Yeah.
A temple could work well. Temples are usually big, fairly hardy buildings. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Depending on the god.
Yeah.
Because that way, if we were closer to where we think we're gonna try to be, when we're having allies come to us, they're not coming and then traveling and whatnot. We could start actually consolidating.
Can we figure out, first of all, if Windfall is currently safe to start congregating in?
Yeah, sure. Let's send a sending to.
Pip. Is it Pip?
Leck?
Yeah, it's Pip.
Or no, yep, whoever that is.
She's the one who gave you guys cookies.
I think Lek is the one that attacked me for worshipping Arathis. So she's not technically in Wingfall.
Yeah, Pip is the matron of the orphanage there currently.
Okay, see. I'll send a sending to Pip.
Okay.
Essentially asking, is Wingfall safe? Is the teleportation circle still usable? I'm trying to think if there's anything else but I think those are basically it. Those are the things we need to know.
Okay.
Immediately.
Yes and yes. You get the response back. Currently harboring refugees and tending to sick and injured as well.
So my suggestion is this. Because we are going to be trying to use that area, like that region, as a point of contest, I'm thinking what we could do is go to the palace, try to say, hey, we need to commandeer 1 or 2 healers. Take them with us, use those healers to help with some of their wounded, and then get them the fuck out. And what we can do is, honestly, Rain and Mel aren't going to be doing any sort of, like, spell prep like you guys are sometimes. So, like, we can try to help get the refugees to safety. We can try to, you know, either just protect them for a certain duration or whatever. But we need to get them out of there. But if we brought a healer with us, we could do it a lot better.
Do we have any high enough level druid friends that can do transport via plans?
Based on our scrying time, DM, what's our timeline here?
We think we have 4 days.
Assuming
you
we have
4 days. You think you have 4 days.
Yeah.
I could scry again.
I don't think we're gonna get more time. It's gonna be 4 days or less. I'm betting on less.
But yeah, do we have any high level druid friends that can cast a 6th level transport via plants?
The only druid I can think of off the top of my head is Bittersweet, and we don't know where they are.
Yeah, Bittersweet and Leo are really the only druids we know, and I don't think
yeah.
Bittersweet is around anywhere we could find them, and I don't think Leo is that high.
No, Leo is not a high level druid.
Do we know any 13th level clerics?
You know
because they can because as long as they don't care, they can devote their 7th level spell slot to making a temple of the gods every day for us.
You know Kasov. He can do it.
Oh shit, okay.
I just want to transport via plans because that's the easiest way to do mass evacuations.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah, I can't think of
any. Or
a
wizard that can cast
Well, hold on.
Fortress.
How often can you wish? Wish does any spell under a certain level, right?
Yeah, but I don't want to waste my 9th level spell. Sorry, not waste it. I don't want to use my 9th level spell slot every day just to make a temple of the gods if we have access to somebody who can do it.
True, but if we can't find anybody else, you could do transport via plants.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, so you could get a bunch of people out, in theory.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Also, you could get them pretty fucking far, too. Right?
I have
it just
seen
has
a
to
lot of trees. I can probably even get them to Al Gore.
Yeah, I mean, as you've seen a bunch of trees, so...
Yeah, I have seen a lot of trees. I've seen lots of plants over our travels. In fact, there was a whole mansion that was overrun with them.
Oh, and that was also in Al Gore.
Yeah.
We could be like, hey man, I know you were dead.
Well, that was in Gadarn, actually.
Have fun.
That was in Gadarn, but if you really want to, you can send the poor man that was resurrected a few days ago after 2 years.
No.
Don't even send him a thing first. They just show up. We'd give him a heart attack.
Here's an idea. I did not realize that this just lasts for a period of time. So I could also use my 9th level spell slot to cast Mighty Fortress, which lasts for 7 days.
Ooh.
It only takes a minute to cast, and it's an area with 120 feet on each side. Mustn't have any buildings or structures on it, and it has all these details on what the fortress is. So
that could be hella handy.
It's essentially like pulling my hand into the magnificent mansion and then inverting
popping it out on
into
the other
real
side.
world.
Honestly, this is what we should do when we get there. If we find a good spot, this is what we should do. Because here's the thing.
We'll do transport via plants first. Find somewhere that we can be in for a day, but then
this would be handy though.
The Mighty Fortress going
because it would not be surprising if they sent some people to fuck with us. So we want to be defended.
Ow, ow, ow. What are you doing?
DM?
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of the other old one that we know of? Again, the one that was using Alexandria as a meat puppet?
Agu.
Mm-hmm. Agu.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you've met 3 personally so far. Well, Netosa is the one that was in the deep trench. Agu was the one that was inhabiting Alexandria's body. And there was one you met briefly during your times kit called Akhmet. Him you have not seen since.
Yeah. He just showed up. Was like, you fuckers. You were like, us?
Yeah. This is new to us. What?
What about them?
I just wanted to know what their name was.
Okay, that's fine.
I couldn't remember off the top of my head, so.
So while you guys are all talking, remember you have the Exalted there now too. Is there anything you want them to do besides help you with sendings and stuff?
I would say we should try to all today get to Wingfall and start assisting the refugees in any healing that needs to be done, and then start getting them out. So if they have any way to help with that, I think that's what we're going to ask them to do today.
Okay. And you did mention divine intervention, which would be Grimm's wheelhouse.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're probably going to ask him to do it day of, though, during the battle.
Okay. And what would you like?
Do we want to ask him to do it beforehand, though? Because, like...
Well,
it's a weak recharge.
Yeah, I feel like we have one shot on getting it in the right spot. Also, I don't want us to tip our hand too fast.
But here's the thing. What if it doesn't work?
If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I mean,
Well, he's a level 20 cleric,
it's going to
that
work.
No. Read the description, guys.
Right.
I don't think we're gonna get through an entire battle with the Great Old One, use divine intervention, and then dare to go fuck you. No,
I would absolutely.
I mean, I would say
this is like world changing.
What we could do also,
we could just ask for the power to transmute. We don't have to move the ley lines.
Yeah, we can ask if we word it that he's asking for the power to transmute. It could be ley lines. It could be just divine whatever. In theory, that would probably be fine.
Because essentially, we just need enough
Juice.
Raw magic power to be able to fuel the transformation more than anything. Which is why ley lines are necessary.
Yeah. What who is his deity? Is it Moradin?
It's Moradin.
Yes.
I mean, I feel like Moradin isn't also gonna like monkey's paw us. Like, of all of the gods who might just try to do some weird stuff for the ask, I don't think Moradin is the kind that's gonna turn.
I don't think they're gonna do weird. I don't think they're gonna try to fuck us. I just think the divine intervention is not as powerful as people think it is. It's not you get whatever you want. It's
True.
You make a wish for what you want, and something like a cleric level spell is what is suggested. Now, of course, DM can do whatever the fuck they want, obviously. But
I mean, it could be basically. I mean, if we're asking him to ask for a way to transmute, then it could be power, it could be changing the ley lines, it could just be transportation to a ley line. Like, there are things that I feel like would be within a reasonable request.
Yeah, I'm just saying, ask for something reasonable. Don't ask for,
one of the
transport is that's a reasonable. Hey, let's move the ley line south. That's not a spell. That's world cataclysmic event.
I mean, obviously somebody's doing it. What are the classes of the Exalted? We've got a paladin, a wizard.
Yep, yeah, paladin, a wizard, a bard, a rogue,
cleric,
and a cleric.
Okay.
Oh yeah, does fucking Latin know Mighty Fortress?
Let me take a look.
Fucking Latin.
That way I don't have to cast it. And
Latin has been busy for the past month.
But like it's an 8th level spell. She might fucking have it, and I just don't want to risk being out of my 9th level spell slot if this fucker decides to show up early.
This is very much like that saving your potions. Not that you're wrong.
In this case, this is my one. This will keep me from dying.
Latin does have it.
I got you.
She
hey, perfect. We'll even throw a diamond at her. Not at her, but like.
Here, do it!
In her general direction.
My casting hand, no!
Heads up!
No.
All right,
who will make the rock sad now?
I will see if myself and Tilda can if Tilda is willing to go with me, if you would like to, myself and you go to the palace and see if we can ask for a cleric or healer of some sort. Like, it doesn't have to be a magical healer, just somebody who can heal a bit to come with us so we can try to get some refugees out of Wingfall for the wounded.
This is why we need hospice halls.
Exactly.
Rain's got a little bit of healing and proficiency in medicine and some healer's kits, so.
Yeah, but we have no idea how many wounded there are. I mean, it's possibly going to be past what we can do, so I feel like it'd be better. Also, if we can,
you do have the Sisterhood of the Bold currently, as Prince Alyssa has promised.
Nope, they're coming with.
I mean, the stuff we're helping with, we're holding up a sponge to a literal tsunami.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, we're gonna stop it.
One thing is, if they have somebody with them who knows healing, if something happens on their journeys, they're not as in danger. So I'd like to be able to send somebody with them who at least knows how to make poultices or something, you know?
I mean, yeah, Tilda will go with you, as long as you promise not to tackle anybody that is carrying a lightning potion.
No, but if we see any cultists trying to blow the place up, I'm going to tackle them.
You can tackle those.
Yes, perfect. We are in agreement. I can behave myself.
Yeah.
On the way there, Mel will, because I'm assuming we're, I don't know, riding horses or something? I don't know how far away we are. Mel will say, are you okay? I can tell you're tired.
Why didn't we think of this? We knew that thing was coming out of the ocean. We should have been...
We can't think of everything.
We should have been evacuating the port cities immediately.
I'm no scholar. I didn't think of it. And, I mean, we're not the only ones that have been thinking of it. No one seemed to think of it, so you can't blame yourself. We can't know what the future's going to bring.
This is... I know you're new to nobility, and I know that everyone else in the party just thinks it's silly, stuffy nonsense, Melanie, but this is the job of the nobility, is to protect.
I know that. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what you're trying to do. We're doing our best.
And our best just killed
No.
thousands of people.
Our best didn't think of every possibility, that's all.
Exactly. We should have...
It won't change it. Us worrying now, us beating ourselves up now, won't change it. We just have to do our best.
I'm just... We should have done something beforehand. That's all.
I understand.
And it's going to... That is going to... be something that... That is a decision, or lack of decision, that is going to haunt me for a long time, darling. So,
I understand, but...
I appreciate the check-in, but... your attempts at relieving me of my guilt are not going to be heard for a while.
Don't let it affect you come the battle, that's all.
shall do my best.
Okay.
And just like significant look, like, hey, we were just talking about all our bests. I shall do my best, and then.
You can tell that Mel is frustrated by the conversation, but she's going to leave well enough alone.
Okay.
I mean, I think Tilda kind of walks off ahead of you after that,
yeah.
so
she
maybe.
lets her.
While that's going on, Aoife.
Yeah.
You get a message. It's
Great.
It's from Latu. He had, speaking through somebody else. They've arrived in Valido. Let me see how many monks are from Inculta that are part of this, of the 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So half. Half your monks are here. Where do you want them?
I will respond back pretty brusquely because I am busy. That we are meeting at the townhouse currently, and we will be moving to Wingfall soon.
All right. Over and out. And noticing how curt you're being, they were responding kind, and you get the impression they are headed towards the townhouse.
Perfect. I will. Whoever's nearby, I'm not gonna look to see who it is. I'm just kind of gonna like speak it into the world. That, like, hey, we got folks coming.
I'm sure there are servants. It's like just some random maid walking past. You got folks coming.
Yes, ma'am. And they would go and alert somebody.
What's a governor?
It's a chimney sweep, actually.
When you guys get
still plying his trade. Sorry.
When you guys get closer to Wingfall, you notice two things. You notice, first of all,
we skipped ahead.
A couple hours. You notice, first of all, you kind of know where the new coast is now.
It's Wingfall.
It's becoming the new coast soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Port Cyan, Port Fish.
Cyan, Port Fish, all of the other ports. We barely knew ye.
Second of all, I need you. I need Melanie and Tilda to roll a perception check for me, please.
What? Well, like on our way to the palace at the.
Oh, I thought you were going to Wingfall.
No, yeah,
No.
we're going to Wingfall.
We are going to Wingfall, but Tilda and Melanie went to the palace first.
Okay, so
we were trying to get a healer to take with us to Wingfall.
I said you had the Sisterhood of the Bold for you.
Perfect. Then that works. Okay. I thought that was a response to some other question. I didn't realize that was that was us.
No, that's you guys. They like Prince Alyssa's like, yeah, they pledged yourself to your cause, like.
Okay, great.
Perfect.
Already.
Cool.
They're healers?
They're paladins and clerics mostly.
Great.
Perfect. Then we're marching our asses down to Wingfall, so I guess we saw the coast.
Okay, you saw the coast. The coast has been seen.
And
also, I'm assuming we're all headed this way? Question mark? Are you guys coming too?
Yeah.
Okay,
yes.
Okay, then the rest of you. Besides, no, you don't want to go. Yeah.
Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna use my 9th level spell slot to do Dream of the Blue Veil. I'm piecing out of this campaign. Bye, guys.
I'm with you.
I will
Honestly,
say, I'm assuming
seems like the right.
Seems like the right thing to do.
I'm assuming Aoife's in the back of a cart reading a book or something, but
You made a backpack.
Yeah, if we're going right to Wingfall, then I would have told the monks that just showed up to also go right to Wingfall.
Okay. Yeah, they're headed with you.
Well, they can travel with us. We'll meet you at the southern gate. Yeah.
And he has it
Just
again.
a bunch of monks rushing ahead.
Oh my god.
I mean, yeah, they're all just doing their weird monk speed walk bullshit.
Odin, what is your problem tonight?
He has it again.
Oh,
Oh no.
I don't
I
know
heard
what
an
to
ee-hee-hee, and I
do.
thought that she was gonna do something terrible
I
to
don't-
us, but then it was just a
he's
mouse.
carrying it in his mouth. I don't know what to do.
I mean,
Okay.
I layered up 4 plastic bags and grabbed the mouse and just chucked it out of my apartment.
Have you thought about investing in varmint catching mitts?
I should. I
I
should just get the big gloves I use at work for this.
After the third time I had to chase birds out of my screen and porch,
You-
I legitimately thought about getting a fucking net. We finally found the hole they were coming in. No more birds, thank God.
I'm just gonna let him eat it.
Odin, does nobody love you? Do I never pet you? Something? Like, what the fuck?
Not only does he get a snack, but he might bring you a delicious liver. Put it on your pillow.
All right, you guys are headed to Wingfall.
You're
You
not
know,
eating well enough.
You
Here you go.
know where the new coast is. You also see. Hold on.
Actually, question: Are we
Yes.
problematically close to the coast,
That's what I
Like-
was gonna ask.
or is it more like?
It's still a mile out
We-
or two.
Okay. Okay.
There's a very large. With those perception checks, there's a very large dot in the distance.
Fuck you.
What does that mean?
Who could have
I mean,
foreseen
the
this?
thing is coming towards us.
It's already visible?
Yeah.
Very.
I mean,
big
it is the
Okay.
size
dot.
of the city.
Yeah, I guess I don't. Yeah, okay. I'm used to being able to see very far. I'm from a very hilly region. Concept of seeing for very far is like very foreign to me.
I mean,
I remember everything in that direction is just water.
Yeah,
So it's very
yeah.
flat.
it's a very
That's a good
flat
point.
surface at this point.
How flat? Is Pondera a globe or is it flat?
Actually, Pondera is
A triangle.
It's a dinosaur. Have you not heard of the dinosaur-shaped Earth theory?
No, but I already
have.
believe it.
Yeah, I'm down.
I don't know. I think Pondera's on the back of a giant sea turtle, and that's what I'm sticking with.
But
Well,
what's the sea turtle
actually,
on?
on top. I was about
Turtles all
to
the
say
way down.
on top of like 4 elephants,
Mm-hmm.
and
What are the
that
elephants on?
those are all on top of the sea turtle. And the sea turtle is just moving through space.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Space.
it's the Dinosaur Earth Society.
The final frontier.
Fucking Christ.
See, it's a theory
People are
that
idiots.
yeah, no, we did it to combat the flat earthers.
Okay, well, fine.
Because you know it's just as ludicrous, but it's more fun.
It's my pen.
What kind of dinosaurs are shaped like?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Velociraptor shaped, they said, but I don't know whether they say it's Jurassic Park Velociraptor shaped
Or
I was about to
or
say-
real Velociraptor shaped raptor shaped. Thank you.
Is it a dinosaur from like that we used to think about dinosaurs as, like, you know, they've got like lizard skin and stuff like that, or are they new fluffy dinosaurs?
Dinosaur. I
Just
think
a
it's
large
tradition.
pudgy.
I think it's traditional dinosaurs. Earth Society. Here it is. Oh, this is perfect. This is exactly what it looks like. There's a render on this website.
Oh God. That's ridiculous.
All right.
So I'm a dinosaur earther to all flat earthers. They ask.
Which part of the dinosaur do you live on? I don't want to talk about it. I'm definitely not in the butthole. Go away.
Well, that's the Arctic over there, technically. Anyways, continuing on. Yeah, you see a little gray dot in the distance. It's a little too far away to clearly see what it is currently, unless you want to go up to it.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
no.
Sure, why not?
Oh, that's right. That reminds me what I was going to ask. So based off of how far away it is, and like where we are in relation to, you know,
Yes.
I don't know. Essentially, what I'm
Wingfall.
trying to do is, can we make a roll, with some kind of intelligence maybe check,
Would you like to
if we can
calculate?
guesstimate how
guesstimate?
far away it is? Yeah.
I mean, keeping in mind that this is also, it's the dot isn't just Netosa coming; it's everything surrounding Netosa
Yeah.
as well.
Sure, you can make a intelligence check.
Would somebody like to help me
Sheer
with this?
bazillions of numbers. I could, if you wanted to.
Yes, please.
Do you want me to just roll it, or?
I mean, if Darren will allow it,
I'll
I would
allow
prefer
it.
that you roll it and I give you advantage for me coming up with the idea.
Sure, yeah. Advantage? You said just straight intelligence?
Yep.
Wow. That sucked.
Wow. That stinks.
It does stink.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's a little too far. You'd have to get closer. You do currently
Too
have
tired to do trigonometry.
you do
Yeah.
currently have somebody following this thing.
I know we do, but it's just kind of like, oh shit, we can see it, It's that first instinct of how far away
Yeah.
is it? You know what I mean?
Could everybody
mean,
go
yeah.
ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw?
Oh yay. So excited.
Is this against fear?
This would be against fear.
Could I
I'm gonna
use
reroll mine.
so first of all,
mind.
never mind. I'm immune to fear. So
Pretty much.
But not earth-shattering guilt.
no, my engagement ring, the heroism spell in my engagement ring does not protect me from guilt.
That would make you a horrible person anyway.
So besides Soda and Rain's just like, do you know that feeling when you get like goosebumps if there's something like creepy happening around you, but you can't really put your finger on it?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the feeling you get. Like the goose flesh starts to form on your forehead and the hairs stand up. It's not like, oh my god, there's something scary in front of me, don't go closer, run away type of fear. It's just that underlining like sense of dread that you can't seem to shake currently.
Can I choose to just ignore it with my stillness of mind?
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put that away for later. That's later this problem.
Like, I'm gonna process it for one round and then end it.
Okay, processing, and the moment's
Done.
gone.
Yep.
Yeah, Rain's just too angry and frustrated and impatient to feel this fear. There's too many other emotions floating around for it to take hold.
Okay. As you are approaching the now soon to be coast of Wingfall, now everybody else go ahead and roll me a perception check.
This is in addition to the one that we did before, or
Yeah, in
different?
addition.
Oh, now
So,
I
okay.
roll a good wisdom.
Okay, great. You guys hear the sound of fighting.
Oh,
shit.
yay!
Oh, for fuck's sake.
As you approach the
Tilda takes off on her broom to get closer.
perfect.
Faster.
As you guys traverse the flat plains land, somewhat woody areas of the Wingfall, there are, and you remember on your trip to Wingfall, Wingfall is a small town. It's not the biggest town. It's small. The biggest building here is the orphanage.
Not even the temple.
Not even the temple. It's the orphanage because it was built on adventure funds.
Hmm.
There are multiple undead currently engaged in combat with the local guard here. Skeletons, undead sea turtles,
What the fuck?
other undead large animals.
Is Ronnie there?
No!
DM, please say yes.
Stop that.
I thought you
Yeah,
cremated
you know you-
him.
I had to.
I thought he was cremated. Or no, he was put to sea.
Yeah.
He got eaten by sea creatures ages ago.
Probably. Yeah, he's long gone.
Once we're within
Was his
jumping
skeleton left?
the jump distance for Melanie's sword, she'll try to heave herself over and help anybody who she'll try to like see if there's anybody who looks like they're really in a bad way and jump over and try to assist them as fast as
He's just
possible.
gonna get out of the backpack before that happens.
Valid.
We have clerics. They can handle this. I'm gonna keep reading.
I'll climb onto the backpack. Not in it. Just-
On it. Tilda, I would like to use I'd like to set my zealous purgation from the shards of dawn as undead.
Mm-hmm.
And as I do it, like Reynold would say, I want to say I told you so, but we shouldn't have waited.
All right, let me put you guys on the map.
What do you mean we shouldn't have waited?
Who knows what I'm talking about?
Oh. I got it. I think I get it anyway.
By the way, Hemlock, this pattern works up so fast. I love it.
Which pattern?
Ribbon blanket.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so fast. I've already got like 5 rows done, and I just started this afternoon.
It's super fast and it looks great.
And I
So,
took a really long nap.
It's one of my favorite patterns I've ever put hands on. It's so good.
It took me a minute to figure out how to. It just took me a moment to wrap my head around the foundation row, and then once I did, I
Yeah.
was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that first turn can be a bit rough, but it's a great pattern and it's super adjustable too, which is what I like.
Well, when I was making the foundation, I didn't realize that I was holding it kind of twisted, so it really confused me because I was like, what? And then I realized that I had twisted when I laid it down to see, and then I was like, oh, okay.
Hold on.
Yeah,
I'm putting the
I love
guards.
that pattern.
Take your time.
Yep. Just putting the guards around that are currently fighting at the new coastline. Oh, that was a map.
Now, how high and terrible are these waves?
So this is a little inlet, thankfully. It looks like if you would like to roll a nature check for me, since you asked.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Oh, nature.
Oh, nice. So this inlet is really weird looking. You think this might have been magically created somehow.
What?
Mhm. Weird.
This inlet?
This little inlet right here. It's not
Interesting.
it's not being affected by the waves as much as the other places currently.
Maybe.
Oh,
Pip
what
did
is
something.
Pip's background? Could Pip have done it?
Pip
Pip was an adventurer.
Pip was
Yeah,
an
but I don't know what she
adventurer.
did.
You don't know what her background is.
Yeah, I don't know what class she might have been skilled
Right.
in, basically.
I mean, Druid would make sense in hindsight if, that ends up being the case.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Or maybe even like a Tempest Cleric or something with water.
Hmm.
Do 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 do. All right. I get all my things.
Use that board.
Well, given that
You have two brothers. Go chase them. You do it all the time.
But we want you to play with us, Mom. Or
I
parent.
would if he'd actually bring me back the things that I throw him to play fetch.
So Luke, in our original apartment that we lived in when we got Luke and Leia, Luke would play fetch. And he would only really play fetch with my hair ties, and only if you were sitting on one end of the hallway and you threw it down the hallway and he would bring it back to you. That was kind of like it. Like, he only understood fetch in the hallway. And bless his heart, he has not figured out fetch in our house. We've lived here for like 5 years. And he's just like, well, there's not a hallway, so I don't know. Wait, spoiler alert, there is a hallway. It's just not the right one.
I'm almost done, guys. I forgot to put these in the token maker.
It happens to all of us.
All right. So first of all, you see a couple of these individuals.
Are the people in are the people in purple the guards?
Yes.
Oh shit!
It's not that big, but there are many
thank
of
goodness. I was like, it's really large.
So currently engaged. When I select.
Congratulations.
Shush.
We offer our best wishes and or congratulations.
Did nobody bring an engagement gift?
I did. It's a sword.
Is that all you bring on now? It's just swords?
Yeah.
It's a valuable lesson.
Look, it's either that or a mechanical can opener that I'm trying to get rid of.
I mean, at least it's not a used KitchenAid.
I don't know. Like a KitchenAid mixer?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's way better than a can opener.
I'm just saying it's not a used one that your parents decided to give you because they got a new one.
Oh, I mean, well, that is kind of whatever. I mean, I literally have, from my wedding, I've got this electric can opener downstairs, and like, I've been trying to pawn it off on people for several years now, and I can't get rid of it. I guess it's just 2 years.
You know, it's a great present along those lines that's significantly cheaper than all of those things. You know how KitchenAids rattle? Like the top of it's a little unstable? And it can be a little rattly. You can purchase a tiny little piece to insert into there to stabilize it and stop it from rattling. And it's like $3.50.
Yo, send that to me because my mom has a KitchenAid and it does that shit all the time, and it needs to stop.
I will see if I can find a link for you.
All of you guys were talking about engagement gifts, and my brain has been in like wedding planning mode for my mom and her partner, because they decided instead of actually being engaged for a couple years, how about we just I don't know, get married in the middle of October.
Oh, cool.
So it's going really fast.
Okay, that's the size.
Halloween wedding?
No. I think it's October 15th. I don't know.
I mean, Halloween can be in our hearts all times of year.
It's true, but it's actually
Yay.
it's a high tea wedding.
Ooh.
Not even a horror high tea? They're just really losing the plot.
I mean, high tea
Honestly,
sounds
I didn't
fun.
even really consider it because we were thinking about doing it in this month, but then they were like, no, because we're going on vacation next week, and it's like that's never gonna happen. So it did not even cross my mind. Like October, scary month, we should totally do a Halloween themed tea party, but
Or
Honestly, if I was invited to this wedding, I know I'm not, but if I was invited to this wedding, I would be so happy to see something not spooky in October.
True.
Where are we
Fucking hate
coming in
Halloween.
from? Also, what the fuck is that? With that
It
long
looks
ass
like
neck?
it looks like a turtle with a long neck, and
It's
a
oh
shipwreck
my god,
on
what
its.
is it?
Fucking undead sea kraken bullshit.
No, it's what's the Pokemon that
Oh,
that's basically
shuckle!
just
It's an
Shuckle.
it's an
Yes,
undead
Yeah,
shuckle.
it's basically an undead Shuckle.
It's an
with
undead
a
giant shuckle. If you would like to put yourselves on the map and roll initiative
From which direction are we a coming?
from the south.
I see.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. In the engagement gifts talk, was just making me think they're because they're in their 50s, they're just doing like instead of gifts, they want people to make donations to some charities they like. I'm like, oh, that's really
okay.
nice.
Yeah.
Which would be more reasonable for my hit points to be? 231 or 215? Because it came up and said 231, and then I hit long rest and it changed to 215?
I don't know. I'm not a keeper of your hit points.
But like
Nah.
at my level,
Yeah, you're a crazy ass fighter.
yeah, I just
I
don't
mean,
know if
both
I'm
of
wondering
those
if when
are
I leveled
likely.
up I put it in the wrong spot and I put it as
There's
my
a-
current hit points and not
There's
my
a very real
max.
chance of that, and
Yeah.
like if you had toughness going from 215 to 231, or like depending on, your
Yeah, I'm doing some math
on.
really fast, Jared, to try to figure out what my hit points were, because my sheet, I don't know if I maybe messed up. I don't think it was the sheet that messed up, but I might have and put it in the wrong spot. So let me just, let's see, so...
I know it's
gosh.
labeled, but you do have the right sheet, right? Open.
Well, I have Mel, and then I have Old Mel. Old Mel is the one I have to drag onto the thing, because that's where my token is, but then the one that just says Mel is the one that's actually my correct stat. So okay, my con is +5, and then hit let's see, and then fighters are 10. So and then tough you get an extra 1 per level up. What is tough? Hold on. 2. So that'd be 40 plus, okay, so 5 times 20 is 100 plus 40. 140 is just my additional hit points before I would have rolled anything. And then if I had, and I know I rolled them all, but if I'd done an average of I think 115 might be right. 115 might be right. I mean, an average hit point roll on a d10 is 5. 5 times 20 is 100.
It's gonna be 6 because it's always +1.
Well, it's 5.5 is it?
Yeah.
5.
Oh, no, then I would be, I bet the 230 was my real one, because that would be 240, assuming that I never rolled below a 5 when I rolled. So I think 230 was my actual max hit points. I'm gonna say that that's correct, unless anybody thinks my math is fucky.
I mean, to be fair, at this level, 15 hit points, not that much of a difference.
I know. I feel bad that I am not sure if that's correct, but I think it is. And then my real AC is 23. Okay.
Yeah, you have nearly 100, almost 100 more hit points than I do, so it's kind of like shrug.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I'll eventually be down to something low, and then I'll feel bad if I, am putting hit points on that I shouldn't have. But I'm doing the math, and I'm thinking if my average was 240, then 230 sounds right, because that means I probably rolled under and over a couple times. So.
Okay. So Aoife's staying in the backpack. Who are we missing?
No, Aoife's staying in like the cart.
The cart. Aoife's staying in the cart. Who are we missing? Lynn, have you
I'm there at the bottom. Oh, I didn't roll initiative. I'm sorry. I was doing math. My apologies. I got distracted.
So,
guards.
There at the bottom.
Okay.
Still applies. Undead shuckle.
Okay. Great. Rain.
Great,
You would be
Tony
at
the Tiger.
1 as well. So.
No, 11.
11.
Right?
Yeah,
'Cause it's-
11.
Yep,
Alright.
minus 10.
There you go. All right. Rain. This is all happening.
That will probably help us fight. Let's just start with the closest, I suppose. Will. So that not a crit.
Okay.
Sneak attack for 29.
Okay, so that would be 41 in total. All right. And already damaged a little bit, so they are at that. Cool.
Now looking, knowing the strength of my own, attacks, like how hardy is this guy looking?
Probably bloodied at this point.
Okay.
It was slightly damaged when you arrived, but only slightly.
Then as I will cast on myself Kinetic Jaunt, which is a bonus action, second level spell. And my speed increases by 10 feet, so it's 40. It's like another 30, 35, 40. I'm gonna start moving this way.
Okay.
And yep, that's the turn.
Okay, great. Undead Shuckle is going to start to mosey on down the beach. Right here.
Like it would.
Like it would.
As you do.
It's going to look at that guard looks very tasty. It's going
undead. It doesn't need to eat.
Tell that to vampires.
They have to eat blood to survive, though.
Hey,
Undead don't have to eat.
Go tell
Unless
Kelly.
they're a zombie.
It's going to take a bite at the guard. It's going to take a bite at the guard 3 times.
It ran into my knife. It ran into my knife.
The first 2 do hit.
Dude, what are you guys doing?
So you see this undead turtle thing rise up from the water, slowly sticks its neck out towards this guard, and
Oh no.
slashes
It just fucking eats him.
slashes him once, and then at that point, just slashes them across the chest. He's bleeding profusely, and then literally goes above him and chomps down over his head into his midsection, and then swings his head back up and just kind of tosses it in the air and catches it in the mouth like a cat would, and just gulps him down like a pelican. He's dead now.
Is it a cat? Is it a pelican? Is it a turtle?
Yes.
Yes.
And a shuckle.
And the shuckle. And at that point, we'll shuckle roar in triumphant. The Merdfolk are gonna take shots at the guard. Actually, this guy you hit is going to go towards your direction, Rain. Are you invisible or anything? No. Okay, great.
Nope.
It's gonna attempt to grapple you.
Well, let's
see if this happens.
That's acrobatics or athletics, right?
But it's gonna try to strangle you, so it's part of the attack first.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
My highest is 17.
No.
No, okay. It attempts to strangle you twice. It does not strangle you twice. Actually, it has two. It has do it 2 more times. 22 to hit.
Hold.
Do you have the displacer cloak on right now?
I don't think I do.
I didn't think so either. I was just checking.
Let me just double check. Let's see here. Nope. Let's silvery barbs out. I see it coming from my neck, and I'm like, nope.
Nope,
so as a reaction, silvery barb.
Not into this.
Hopefully, you know.
So reroll. Yep, does not connect. Okay. The other guys are going to. Those don't hit. Those two do hit. So that is going to be. So this guard is dead.
None of them were 21 that I said. I had the wrong armor clicked on.
No, that was a 22.
Okay.
All right. This guy is bloody. I'm just gonna put a red dot on him. And this guy. Nope.
We'll give advantage to Mel.
Okay. And
you can't give it to yourself.
I can, but I usually don't need it.
Okay. That's their turn. The guards are gonna.
Oh, I guess maybe you'll have somebody in range to give you sneak attack at that point.
Also, I can use the bonus action to give myself advantage if I don't move.
Oh,
so,
yeah, that's true.
This guy actually connects. So, then that guy also connects. And then this guy is going to do the flank with you. And they will do an additional. All right, so the one next to you, Rain, is currently looking pretty hurt.
Okay.
Okay, next is
The guard or the undead thing?
the undead thing.
Okay.
Where did my timer? Where did my turn order go?
It says count 8 at the top. Is that it?
Where did everything? Hold on. Give me a second. There we go. Zaitari, it is your turn.
Hooray! Hold on, I'm measuring. I think I'm gonna keep it simple here. I don't no stop. I don't want that measure tool. Jesus. Ugh, God, it takes up so much of the screen. I think that puts close enough. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to curse text blades, curse text blades, curse. I'm gonna do that on the big turtle.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna Eldritch Blast.
Okay, sounds good. That does not connect with the big turtle.
18?
Yeah.
Ooh. Even though it's big.
Even though it's big,
It is covered in armor.
It is. There is a shell on it. I guess it takes that into
Yeah.
account.
See, we got.
Well,
is it
oh,
4 beams?
hits.
Okay.
Just doesn't affect it.
That will hit.
Is that
I'd be
a-
worried if that didn't.
Yeah. Be like, I'm sorry, guys. This
all about that
turtle is
ninth level
the final
spell.
boss.
Well, Ford knew, all this time.
Does a 21 hit at least?
21 does hit.
Okay, yay.
And 31 does hit.
Sadly, no 19s, but
Okay. Would you like to move? Are you happy where you are?
Let's see. I moved 10 feet. How far did that neck seem to be able to reach?
About 15 feet, you'd say.
Okay, I'm gonna back up.
Not me doing that measurement just a minute ago.
Okay, I'm good now. Thank you.
Okay. Rain, it is your second turn.
All right, I'm gonna hit that guy. That's between me and the guard.
Mm-hmm.
What? Man, there's some shit rolls. But that's still sneak attack for 44 damage, unless it's Fey.
It is not Fey. It
Oh.
is the deceased.
Excellent.
The
I will
deceased.
choose to go invisible,
Okay.
as I told a creature.
Okay. Ninja.
Oh, double ninja. And that's where I shall be.
Okay, sounds good. Melanie.
Alrighty. Mel is gonna go ahead and be big. So if you could make me huge, please. Thank you. She's gonna yell, pick on somebody your own size, asshole, and run up here.
Okay.
And then she is gonna attack the turtle.
Okay, sounds good.
So, do I think, upon looking at this turtle,
Okay.
that that it would be able to be tripped?
Yes.
Because okay.
It does
Um,
have legs.
Okay. Well, really sure. I mean, how much leg it had, or just
It
kind of
has
like
4
movie
legs.
underneath tendrils. Okay, right. That's cool. That's cool. With undead stuff, you never know what they might have going on, you know. So as okay, so that was my bonus action. Okay, so I'll activate the other one next turn. I'll go ahead and do a trip attack.
Okay.
On this. So that's gonna be a. That didn't come up with my DC. Let me fix that. My DC. Oh god. Is. Saving throw. And it is a strength. And it is against my strength. Yeah, it's a DC 22.
Okay. DC 22.
And you should have added a superiority die to your attack's damage roll.
I will if it hits. I was hitting the trip attack to get it to proc the
So
DC.
with its strength score, it does make it.
That's fair. That's fine. I do still do a. Where's my? Oh. That's. Yeah, that's fine. I'll still use it. But it's a little guy now. It's not my old one. What is it? A D4, I think. Hold on. I think it's a D4 because it's a feat. So that's actually 1 extra damage on top of that one.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool. And then I'm gonna go ahead and attack it all the more times.
Okay, sounds good.
So that is gonna be, that was 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, all
Does
of those
22 hit?
All of those will connect.
Good.
So plus 32 plus 25 and then plus 24. Excellent. It looks really mad.
Good.
But it is if you are happy where you are, it is Tilda's turn.
How damaged does it look? Like, does it look like pretty damaged, or just kind of like I've just started?
It looks bloodied.
It did just eat a dude. I'm gonna action surge.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna attack it a bunch more.
You know, I've been thinking about playing a fighter because I've never actually played a fighter before.
Fighters are fun.
Get to smack things a lot.
I just like I've always played spellcasters, but maybe I should just hit things for a bit.
I really liked my Battlemaster fighter.
I will say I'm loving Battlemaster Fighter in Baldur's Gate.
Shove meta.
Yeah.
Well, I use a lot of I use a lot of disarming, actually.
Yeah, that's pretty useful, it seems.
If you're fighting somebody that has a weapon, it's super useful. Those paladins in tier, I just disarmed the motherfucker on round 1, and then he just punched me sadly, and he couldn't even smite. Ha ha! Anyway. So yeah, 4 more attacks, and then, fuck it, on the end of my turn, on the last attack that I do, assuming he's still up, I'm gonna do the fire rune. So that's DC 19. I'm assuming it makes it, but it's at least gonna take 8 fire damage. And if it doesn't make it, it'll take more damage and be shackled and shit.
It does make it. It has a
Yeah,
pretty high strength.
I was assuming that it would, but it still takes 8 fire damage.
Alright. Alright. Are you happy with your turn?
Yeah, that's the end of my turn now.
Alright, Tilda.
If you're talking to Hemlock, we can't hear you.
Hemlock just popped back in.
Yeah, I know.
Ah, okay.
All right. So I've already set my zealous purgation on undead.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to all of my spells are shit. All of my spells are shit. Why? So shit. Give me a second. Looking for. I'm going to cast a ray of frost. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna guiding bolt the undead shuckle.
Okay. That will hit. Yep.
Alrighty.
Takes it in the face.
Unfortunately, not a crit. So.
Handy.
Yeah, but when I crit,
Oh, is there an extra on crit?
Yeah, additionally, when you score a critical hit with a spell attack against a creature of the chosen type, the creature must make a wisdom saving throw against your spell save DC. On a failed save, the creature is turned until the end of its next turn or until it takes damage from you or your allies.
Oh,
I
nice.
mean, it could have gotten it away from us for a little while, but it is shiny and bright and waiting for the next person to attack it with advantage upon it.
Always nice.
Yeah. And how does the radiant damage look on it? Is it
Average.
average?
Average.
Okay. Rude. And I will I don't think I can really do anything with a bonus action unless anybody's hurt.
I mean, I think that so far the only person we've seen take damage is the guy who's now inside the turtle. So
yeah.
yeah.
Was that this guy?
No,
Over here?
He is dead.
Okay, fair enough.
Like, I think he's been physically eaten at this point.
Yeah, the other guy has been physically eaten.
Yep. Okay. I will stay where I am, floating about, I'll say 10 feet up in the air.
Okay, sounds good. Rain, what would you like to do?
Yeah, just for change of pace, I thought I'd stab things.
Hmm.
Do you want to stab the big guy?
No, I'm doing cleanup and keeping the guards alive.
Fair enough.
Maybe. What the hell? Look at these numbers. 25.
Did you roll? Oh, there it is.
Oh, this is a good damage roll. So 25 to hit for 49
You must have
damage.
whispered your attack to yourself because it didn't come up for anybody else.
Oh, I did. It's a 25 to hit.
Okay, yeah, that will hit.
That's a 10. Kind of.
You're getting the undying merfolk, right?
Yeah, the one that's in between me and the other guy.
Yep.
Yeah, so like I said, 39. And is this guy, the red guy, injured?
Yes.
Hmm. Okay, what I am going to do. Oh, wait. All right. Well, I'm going to spend the 5 feet of movement and move this guy into the space I'm currently in and take his place.
Okay, sounds good.
And that's my spirit die. That's gone. No more till a short rest. And that's the end of my turn.
All right.
And I'm visible now.
I have a DM question. This has to do with cones and things that are in flight.
Okay.
Okay, so currently, Tilda, you said you were 15 feet off the ground.
I think I said 10.
Okay, 10 feet off the ground. If I were to fire a cone of 60 foot, would that hit Tilda?
Yeah. I would assume that it goes up as much as it goes out. Generally, a cone is considered like an ice cream cone, so it has depth as much as it has width.
I actually don't think that cones do go up. I think they are flat.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so too. And I'm not just saying that because it's my character.
I thought the image in the
sure that
player handbook looked like an actual cone, but maybe not. There's literally an image. Let me just grab my book.
Yeah, I remember there being an image. I just don't remember.
Player handbook. Right here. Oh god. And spellcasting is in this part of the book. Boop, boop. Cone.
Yeah, I think
a cone extends in a direction you choose from its point of origin. The width at a given point.
Back in 2016, Mark Merle says depends on detailed DM wants. I use a smooth 3D version, but I also don't use mini sword grid.
So, I mean, literally the image of it in the player handbook is a cone, like with depth. But I mean, you can do it whichever way you want to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like in this instance, it is left up to DM discretion.
I'm just gonna say, let's just keep it flat because, like, if we start going into like,
What, you don't want to do some impromptu geometry?
Yeah, you don't want trigonometry in your D&D? I don't know why
I guess
not.
the question is if Mel was knocked down prone, she wouldn't get hit then, right?
no, she would get hit because she's still touching the floor.
But it's flat. Unless they breathe it right along the ground, you know?
Okay, if that is the case, then
It's up to you.
You're over there. You haven't done anything to it, so it doesn't have you on its radar. You hit it for an Eldritch. Well, you hit it for a couple Eldritch blasts. It's dumb. All right, Melanie, you're just gonna get hit a few times by it.
Sure.
All right. So it's gonna bite you. That is a 30 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
I figured it would. That is going to be 19 points of piercing damage. And then it's going to claw you twice. One of them is going to be 29. The other will miss you.
Okay.
That's a 28. That's 28 slashing damage.
Okay.
All right, and that is it. The Undying Merfolk are going to attack. Let's see, that guy. One hit, so he is now bloody. And then dead.
No.
Probably Rain, you're not you are visible.
I'm visible.
Okay,
Mhm.
so equidistance would be where did my there we go. So you're 20 feet away, Melanie is further, so it will go for you. All right,
That's
so we have a couple merfolk here. Apparently they like strangling, so they're gonna attempt to strangle you a few times. Nope. That didn't hit last time. What's your AC? Sorry, just
It's 21.
21. Okay. Nope. Okay, that one. All right, one hit.
Can I luck that one?
Yes. No hit. Got the other piece of chance. Ah! All right. You don't get strangled today. This guy. Oh, that guy
Today.
Not yet, anyway.
gets hit. He is also now bloodied.
So, out of curiosity, are these guys doing one attack or two attacks each?
They're doing 4.
Holy shit.
I blame the dice Brandon got me from Gen Con, so these are gonna go into Dice Shield.
Thank you, Brandon.
You've helped us survive another day. Or at least
that's
another
a
round.
guard. This guard's not this. It's not the guard's turn yet. This guy's gonna go over here. Melanie. That is one hit, I believe. That is a 23 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
Okay. It only does It does 7 piercing damage, but you are grappled.
Am I?
You can escape the grapple if you want.
I mean, no. I mean, can it grapple me? At this point, it's just holding on for dear life. Let's be honest.
It's probably got your leg or something.
Like, I'm imagining just a chihuahua just on a human ankle at this point. How much damage was it? Did you say 19?
I said 7.
17.
No.
7?
7.
Oh. Okay.
It's supposed to be able to do other things once it grapples you.
What's it gonna do? Try to swallow me? Good luck, little buddy.
The guard.
Little buddy.
The guard is going to take a swing at these guys. Ooh, crit.
Oh. I'm on
Third of the way
row.
there. And then this guy
5.
is gonna shift over there.
So I should be 1, 2, 3.
All right, that will hit.
2, 3.
That will also hit. So
1, 2, 3.
so the one next to you between the guard rein, it's pretty hurt as well.
Chef.
And this guy is going to try to go. Yeah, he can reach there. So go that way. That's 1 hit, so that will go. Okay, that's it. Zaitari.
I'm now going to use my bonus action to regular hex the giant undead sea turtle.
Okay.
And then I'm going to blast it.
Sounds good.
With advantage. For at least the first one.
Okay. I will
'Cause
roll
it's still
the
lit
first
up.
one at advantage.
Yeah, it's still lit up from guiding bolt, so.
Yes, Leoma, you're a very good hunter.
There it is.
I think he's upset we caught it and threw it outside.
29 to hit.
Yeah.
Yep.
They get like that sometimes.
I'll roll the hex damage after.
Okay, sounds good.
Repeat. Yeah.
All those will hit, so 18, 14, 23.
You gave yourself super advantage on the first one.
I do have it's because I have elven accuracy, so
Oh, okay.
it doesn't come up for me super often, but when it does, it's nice to have.
Hmm.
Plus an extra 14 points of necrotic damage, assuming it goes through.
It does go through.
Yay!
Kind of surprising.
Yay!
No shit.
Wow. You are 1 off.
Wow. You can't let me have it?
No.
Alright.
Sorry. Are you happy where you are?
Yeah, I guess.
All right, Melanie.
Slap it upside the head.
You can breathe on it and probably will die.
Halitosis.
Mel is gonna give it a plonk.
Yeah, it falls over. It collapses.
Alright. She is then going to leap over here, gently not landing on that guy. Throwing that out there. I'm not trying to stomp this dude.
So it takes the attack of opportunity on you.
Who?
This guy, Chihuahua one.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's fine.
And it crits.
Okay, that's fine.
It's okay.
Wasn't that
Also, I'm
Merfolk
technically
trying to
grappled,
grapple?
so
Yeah.
actually, no, it comes with me.
Okay.
Unless it lets go.
It's not
so
letting
in
go
that
of
case,
you.
Hold on. In that case, does it even get an opportunity attack?
Probably not. It's going with you. That was.
Which means that she doesn't leave.
Yeah, I don't leave its space. It just gets a free ride over here.
Okay.
And then it's gonna be in Fucktown. So it's not gonna like it over here. But it's here. We are here. So that was one, and then I'm gonna do you know what? Since this guy rode me over here like a flea on an animal, I'm gonna go ahead and give him just a smack in the face.
Okay.
Does 19 hit him?
A 19 does hit him. Yeah.
That's nice. That was mostly just a, like, I don't like you. Of the ones surrounding Rain, are any of them badly hurt?
The one between the guard and Rain is pretty badly hurt.
All right, I'm gonna put my other 2 attacks on him. Oof.
They are dead.
Okay. And
Dude.
That's my turn.
Okay.
I'm not gonna try to.
Tilda. Shuckle is dead. No
Yep.
berry juice will revive him.
Good.
Is there a reason the back door's closed tight?
No.
Let's see.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Apparently, I hate my cat because he is acting so fucking clingy tonight. Isn't that right, buddy?
Tano is, I think, screaming at my husband right now. She's screaming at somebody.
Isn't she a husky? Don't they just do that?
I was about to say that just is
Not
That's
like
just her default
constant.
state, though.
She's also sleeping a lot. So, you know.
all right. I'm going to send a a ray of frost. Give me a second. Yeah, I'll send one over on to this guy over this merfolk person.
Okay.
Over here. Give me a second. Sorry, I was just trying to figure out how to get rid of the pop-up that comes with measuring. It's a ray of frost. And I'd like to make that cold damage radiant damage.
Okay.
Using the the zealous purgation.
Okay. Sounds good. 18.
Does it look like the radiant damage is doing anything to the merfolk?
Nope.
Well then, what the hell, Darren? They're undead. They should be weak to radiant damage. Just once.
And Revivify should kill them, but hey, this is the world we live in. Are you happy where you are? Would you like to do anything else?
No, I'm not happy where I am. I want to be back home in Loyalar.
Not
Okay.
dealing with tsunamis. I get it.
Yeah. I'll fly over here to make sure that this guy is chill. Alright. I think I said it was like here. Yeah. And everybody's still good on healing?
I mean, I've taken some damage, but I'm still
I'm
fine.
That's what I say. Sorry. Mallory, were you saying something?
No, I'm just saying that I'm fine.
Okay. All right. Then yeah, I'm just gonna sit here.
Okay.
I guess.
Brain. I assume chaos is about to ensue.
I'm gonna step over here. Do a little stab. Ooh, finally.
What's your initial attack?
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
you whispered it to
You
yourself.
Yeah.
whispered it
Son of a
again.
bitch. 35 to hit. That's a crit. 17.
17. So that is 80. It's dead. It just dies.
And I will choose to go invisible.
Okay.
And I'll go
Stop
over
biting
here.
on the metal.
The undying
Bad.
merfolk next to you is going. All right, so the one that's hanging on to you is going to attempt to bite you.
This is to Melanie,
Yes,
presumably.
This is Melanie.
Oh, I gotta take myself off. Probably took myself off whisper, sorry.
What is your problem?
That is a 24 to hit.
24 actually hits, yeah.
Silvery barbs.
Might as well.
That's a 15. Why did you sneeze on me?
Wow, you guys are really having a rough night, aren't you?
Yeah. Odin's driving me fucking nuts. He's like a toddler right now. He's literally biting my ankles.
I just had a mouse problem. I have cats sneezing on me. Do you want me to... Anyway.
And we'll give Mel that advantage if needed, and we'll pat on the butt. Which I have to probably reach up to, you know?
Yeah.
Melody!
It's really not a little pat on the butt. It's just that she's so big that she hardly feels it.
I'm imagining like when high schoolers would walk through a door and like jump up and like smack the sign above it.
Brain has to jump. You just
Melanie.
And a dull clang. Clang.
Mel's gonna...
I crit.
Okay. How much damage did it take?
That's how that works.
11. But this one also has you grappled.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Let me
This is kind of like the "you're locked in here with me" type situation. Like,
Also, she's 2 sizes bigger than this thing is.
It's doing its best.
Like, the grapple rules wouldn't work if it was the other way around, if this was a hero, a PC trying to do this to a ginormous monster.
Well,
that's all I'm saying.
They didn't stop me from attacking or anything, or like moving, so...
Just if you want to get it off, you kill it or take an action. Your turn.
That one's gonna attack that guy. Wow.
So right now you just kind of have. Is this like two different?
It's like a tick on you, basically. It's like a tick on a
Yeah,
dog.
Just
two different merfolk. Just like those
undead
what are they?
barnacles.
Not even barnacles. I was thinking the fish that. What are they? I think it's a male anglerfish.
Oh, yeah.
Attaching themselves to female
no.
anglerfish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Or whatever those things are that attach
The-
themselves to like sharks or something like that.
Remora.
That's what you've got hanging off you.
Yeah, Remora. I like that better than the idea that they're gonna slowly become testicles.
Fair enough.
All right, so that guard's dead now. That guy went towards Atari. That guard's still hanging on because can't roll over single digits. Why did I take these dice out of dice jail? I don't know. Guard.
They reoffended, huh?
Oh wow, an 18 and a 19. This guard's going ham on this merfolk over here.
Good job,
Good.
buddy.
Yay.
He'll probably be ready for a promotion because all his friends are probably dead.
Captain.
That's dark.
Okay.
Which guard was going ham? This one?
This one over here.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah, he's almost. That merfolk's almost dead.
Cool.
Yeah, that didn't do much. It was the guards. Zaitari, what would you like to do? Now that there's a merfolk in your face.
I will bonus action transfer the hex to this merfolk in my face.
Mm-hmm.
And since it's so lovingly right in front of me, I'll just attack it with my planar rapier.
That will hit. That
With 16 extra piercing damage is, I think it's for when when I expend a charge.
Oh,
So,
I see. Okay, so it's just a 16.
yeah.
Sounds good. Would you like to do anything else?
Oh, I hit it twice. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I was trying to check where that extra damage comes from.
Your heart.
Did it?
Your heart.
Yeah, that's for expending a charge. So
Okay.
I'm not doing that.
That will also hit.
16 hits?
On these guys, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Shuckle was a little Shucklehead was a little harder to hit.
Yeah. Extra armor and whatnot.
And then that's the 2d6 is the extra necrotic damage from the hex.
All right, sounds good. Are you all set?
I'm gonna move because I have mobile.
Okay.
So I have moved.
Run
and
away!
yes, run away.
Awesome. Melanie, I have a feeling I know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which one are you hitting first?
Actually, I am going to use command. Well, hold on. Rain, do you have a reaction?
I don't because I used it to
Then I'm not. I'm just gonna give us a mix mac. I'll do the one sandwich between me and the guard. 'Cause actually, I have advantage on that.
You do have advantage.
Oh yeah. I'll just go ahead and. Still wouldn't have.
All right, so that's
Crit.
28.
And then if he's still up.
Yep.
Ugh.
32.
Yeah.
Now it's dead.
Oh. Also, I keep forgetting about my giant stature damage. Damn it.
That
That also would have taken out that turtle. Oh well.
Anything else on your turn?
No.
Okay.
No.
Tilda.
I will do I will toll the dead on this merfolk
Okay.
that's being gone ham on. Kadoom.
Unfortunately, saving throw.
Yep.
Yep, that will hit. They are dead.
So yeah, they take 40-12. That's 35 necrotic damage, not the 48 necrotic damage. So
would you like
14.
to do anything else on your turn?
I just want to be sure you knew that it was just the 35 necrotic damage and
Yep.
not the
No, it was
14.
yeah, it's dead.
Okay. I will move over here, kind of move backwards on my broom and offer the guard a ride up the cliff.
Oh, okay, sounds good. He might take it on his turn. Rain.
Alrighty, let's go get this other tick off.
Then you gotta make sure you don't have Lyme disease.
Fair.
Ooh.
I think it's dead.
It's dead.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so
That's just so many sneak attack.
why roll one dice, one mini dice? Okay, I can get that about. And then no, that doesn't work. Although I probably need to get to before everybody else does. I'll just get my invisible butt over by near Zaitari.
But
by dashing. No one knows it. By dashing is one section. Yeah, that'll be my turn.
Okay.
And we'll let the dog go out.
The last undying merfolk is going to dash towards Zaitari. Rawr, and not do anything. The guard on his turn will hop on your broom.
Hear the dash sound effect in my head.
The guard that you offered the ride to, Tilda, will hop on your broom. This guy next to Melanie is going to dash, but not quite get there. Zaitari, it is your turn.
I'm gonna attack it.
That will hit.
Hold on, I want to look at my flourishes. Because okay, I'm gonna hit it again.
Okay. That will hit.
I'm guessing it's still. Well, actually, sorry. I'm going to do mobile flourish on it.
Okay.
So it gets pushed back. If you just want to make it an even 10, but it'll only take 4 slashing damage, I understand.
Okay.
You know. And I'm not going to use my reaction to move closer to it. I'm just pushing it away.
Okay. 5 feet, right?
It's 5 feet plus whatever I roll on the
Okay, so 10. Yeah, 10.
flourish.
Fine.
So
Yep.
yeah. And then I'm gonna back up some more.
Okay. Melanie, it is your turn.
All right.
Wow. Saitari's just like, I'm out of here.
Listen, I have mobile and I play keep away for a reason.
Yep.
Prevent
is it just
damage,
this guy
don't
down here?
heal.
Is that the only one?
Yep.
The only one we see?
Okay, so I don't have any. Let me just check here. Oh, that's pretty decent range. How? Oh, this would hit. I was gonna say how would I just throw a really big rock, but
Howl's moving castle.
okay, so that's gonna be an 18 to hit.
Okay, that will hit.
Is it still up?
Yes.
Right. 26 to hit.
It's dead.
All right. And then I'll reload that thing out of combat.
All right, we are all done. I'm trying to put an X
we are?
over it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there are no more. They're all dead.
Oh, okay. I did not realize that one did actually die.
Okay, I know a couple of you are tired.
Yeah.
So how about this? We're not playing in 2 weeks, because you are away, Mallory.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yes, how dare you?
So, whatever planning you guys have to do, let me know. And then, because we've been in the planning stage for a very long time, and I know it's getting kind of tiring.
I mean, I'm pretty much just like, I will roll with whatever you guys want to do. So,
I
mean, I'm not going to be here.
Unless you have something you want to do within these next 4 days, I am going to push this forward.
The only thing that I want to do is Rain and I have something we're gonna do that's kind of like non-combat.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it.
Okay, that's fine.
What could it be?
Could be anything.
Oh shit, we might die. Married?
Should I be preparing ceremony?
Okay.
It's a ritual, right?
I believe it is.
It is a ritual, yeah.
Which means that I can do that.
Okay, your wives.
Yep.
Basically. But other than
it'd be funnier if Matilda was just like, I'm tired of this bullshit, guys. Just do it, boom, man.
Yeah, and by the power vested in me,
by Arathis
and Pelor, and by being a very well-distinguished noble, I now pronounce you
and
wife
also
and wife,
your
the brides.
Also your duchess, technically. Yeah. Your liege.
I mean, you probably have to ask permission. Yeah.
It's okay. Zaytari will just come in at the last minute and be like, I object!
I knew it!
Now, if anyone's objecting, it's Tilda, obviously.
Oh, well, that's true.
True.
I mean, you guys all want a piece
I
of that.
pronounce you and I.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Tilda would probably just look over to Melanie and kind of just shake her head and just be like, you could do so much better, darling. And
darling. But also, the train needs to be canon.
True.
Oh, there's a very dark arc to the universe where like Rain and Tilda got together somehow, and like now Tilda's the queen, and like I'm her evil.
God.
God. Oh, that's a terrifying AU. I'm sorry. Oh.
Yeah, Tilda is the queen, and then like you're the fucking you basically serve as fucking Leona in Dragon Age.
Yeah, and like Theo was around for a couple years, so got a couple years, and then had a hunting accident, shit happens.
Oh, oops, guess I'm the queen now.
Where did all these rocks come from? Where did all this poison come from?
Where'd this T-Rex come from? In the middle of this plane? Weird.
Weird.
Pushes the scroll of the gate to the side. You saw nothing.
So we're not playing in 2 weeks, but we're playing next week? Or did I
No,
hear that
we're not
backwards?
playing.
Or
We're not
Or-
playing next week.
Yeah, our
Okay.
next game is the 29th. You'll be back by then, I assume, right,
Oh,
Mallory?
yeah.
Yeah. Because you are
It's just because
away.
Friday is travel day, and then I'll be on a boat the following Friday. So unless somebody wants to pay for cruise ship Wi-Fi for me,
Yeah.
I've seen those prices. Hell no.
yeah, exactly.
I once had to pay for bus Wi-Fi to finish
Oh
a
my
course
god.
that I was taking when my mom and I were going to New York at one point, and yeah, wasn't great. Like, it really wasn't as bad as I was expecting it to be, but it was still like, I'm so sorry, Mom, I'm so sorry. It's like, it's fine, just finish the class.
The last time I was on a bus, it wasn't extra for the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi was included, but it was a joke. I